fucking skin are wrong. You're wrong. Because let me explain it this way in
That's
my
true.
words, right? Let me explain it in my words. So I
That's
say
true.
9.
That's true.
Talk to me. What you mean?
A lot of people don't know that. It
Talk to
doesn't
me.
have. It really doesn't have anything to do with. A lot of people are stuck on skin color, and if
Yeah,
you're stuck on skin
it don't have
color,
nothing.
then you whatever you
Right.
were
So
taught, it's wrong.
fact.
On
So
TC,
bro,
on
bro, who
TC.
I was talking about, he joined in. Let me add him to the thing and I'll finish explaining. Let me add him
On
to the
TC.
stage and I'll
What's
finish
up,
That
man?
explaining.
skin color thing is the spell.
Thank you,
That's
man.
what everybody's stuck on.
Likewise.
Facts, peace. So I'm explaining to them what I was explaining to you last night. So let me put it in my words, right? So non-ether is not physical, right? When you're dealing
Mm.
with ether, you're literally dealing with spiritual gases. Whoever that, can you mute your phone? So when non-ether
Oh,
manifested itself on this realm, spiritual beings existed in the water and in the sky. These etheric beings became the humans that you see today. The issue that most
Yes, sir.
have is they hear nine ether and associate it with hair, but they never associate it with these pre-physical inner entities. Listen to
Mm.
the energies that I named: Noon, Noonet, Het, Hedet, Ket, Kedet, Amen, Amenet. Who is the ninth ether?
Right.
Atum, the atom, the first or the lightest sum of something physical that's full of something that you can't see, touch, smell, or wait. These are quarks and biots. So niggas is talking about nine ether, not understanding that it's 9 groups or 9 sets, opposed to the 3 and the 6 is 9 sets of 11.
And it's mostly metaphysical type thing, right?
So these 9 is not mostly, it's all is. It
it
is. That's
is,
what it is. 99 spiritual.
and it
Because
makes
I've
up the
heard the noon term
Hold
before.
up, hold
I
on,
don't.
cuz you gotta let us
Go
build.
ahead.
Hold up. Go ahead, Monk.
All right, my
You
friend.
gotta let us build. We got you. Go ahead, Monk.
Oh, I said, and what you just said though, noon that also makes up what we call the
Right. So
Mm-hmm.
people will look at the
Mm-hmm.
right? Or they'll look at hold on, or they'll look at these different symbols, not understanding what they mean in the physical realm, right? So when you dealing with non-ether, let me mute everybody because I'm getting background noise. So when you're dealing with non-ether, the niggas that's on the internet who half-ass study the information, oh well, it's just your hair, it's kinkly hair, because our hair is shaped into a 9. But they'll never tell you the original Ethereans didn't grow hair. So if the Ethereans don't grow hair, why are you using 9 ether to argue what 9 ether is? If the Ethereans didn't have a skin, they didn't have a physical being, why say, well, dark skin is proof of 9 ether when physical 9 ether women who are now 8 ether have albino children? Caucasians have albino children. So the science of ether, or the science that's being taught by these internet gurus, none of these niggas studied under the master. None of these niggas own any books that deal with the subject. But these same people will tell you that, hey, I'm an etheric being. So if I ask you, what is the ancient term for ether? The answer would be what? One wouldn't know. That's what I mean by actually studying this to study it. Benji, talk to me, cuz you can unmute yourself and shit. Well, I'll unmute you. There
I
you
bet
go.
for sure. Now, yeah. So the term noon, I done came across that a couple times, right? Like I done seen that. You heard of the noon spear or some shit like that, and then they associate noon with Enki and like the Sumerian doctrines. I don't know how you feel about
That's
them shits.
pseudo, right? That's pseudo. It's Caucasian as shit. I'm gonna tell you why.
That's
Because
that's stolen from Egyptian, right?
when you take different cultures and mash them together, because they look or they sound alike, what you're doing is a disjustice to the culture at all. Period. So if you're what's your last name, bro? What's your last name?
I use my mother's last name.
Fuck it.
Magbanwa.
So say if your last name was Smith, right? And I said, well, since his last name's Smith, he must be related to all the fucking Smiths in the world. Would I be right or wrong?
I mean,
the fact that you had to think about, hear me out. The fact that you had to think about that shows you that so much in your brain, so much that you have learned, been mixed and mashed together, that one would even say, well, damn, they got the same last name, so they must be related, knowing that surnames don't make anyone related. But that was just an example to show you how much information has been mashed. So a nigga say, well, I heard of Noon because she was equated to Inky, not understanding the story. If anybody understood the story, they'd know that these are two different groups of beings. The Netaru and the Sumerian, the Draconians are different beings. The Anunnaki isn't a group of beings, it's an event. So it's explaining what happened with all of these group of deities, all of these group of beings that became worshipped by men. So everybody got this story, but these are different gods. So
with
when you,
Anunnaki, they're not referring to one culture.
Say what?
Really. With the Anunnaki, they're not really referring to one culture. They just
they're not
blended
referring to one
shit
culture or
and made
one
it that
star system, because when you look or study this story in the language, you understand that there was a war between certain groups of deities. So you have the Igigi, right? You have different
Anuna,
groups.
right?
You have that's one person. That's a person. It's a person.
Okay.
So you have different groups that are there that are ran by different people. So you have a hierarchy, right? So they'll tell you Anu, but Anu isn't a person, that's a title. If you say, well, the Most High, well, the Most High will always be the Most High, but the actual person in that position changes. This is why the story got to be studied for real. Then you'll understand why some people worship Enki as the Most High, why some people worship Enlil as the Most High, or why Enki came into Egypt and was taught in the culture of Ptah. So he was raised in the craft of Amun-Ra. But niggas on the internet can't tell you this because they ain't got the breakdown. They don't know how to read it for real. So instead of
Enki
saying,
Ptah, like,
hold on, tell me out. So instead of saying Enki and Ptah linked up, they'll say, well, Enki and Ptah are one and the same. It's crazy shit.
Yeah, I done heard that too. They say Ptah and Ra is the same. Ptah and Osiris is the same. It's a lot of shit that I done came across.
Do you read the work yourself? Let me ask you that. Have you ever, do you have any work on the glyphs that you can refer to right now? Like if I asked you to find like or to show me your favorite text, would you be able to show me?
In regards to what?
As far as the Egyptian text, or what's considered any form from the Per Heru, from the Book of Gates, right? All of these different texts we have. Do you own one that you can refer to if you were teaching?
Well, yeah, there's several books and PDFs. I mean, but they, like you said though, they mostly written by Europeans type thing. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, a lot of these books on Egypt. But then you have books on Kemet and whatnot and stuff on that. And it coincides to me. It's just hard to explain it, like the connections. You feel me? It's the same way with like the Mississippians, and not just the Mississippians exclusively, but many other cultures here. Like for example, they done found the motherfucking Thunderbird, right? Which is like synonymous to the Quetzalcoatl and all that other shit, right? Respectfully, they done found that in Long Island as a Shinnecock artifact. So it's like it's hard to explain the connection between these things. But I can just intuitively sense, like, you know what I'm saying?
Bullshit
I'm
is
still
out.
learning though.
It's really not. and I'm gonna explain to you why. You can look up the Quetzal as a bird, and the real Quetzalcoatl is gonna come up. The Thunderbird and the Quetzal are two different animals, but being that people don't have tribal information, they're gonna mash them. They're gonna mash them together. So look up the Quetzal bird and tell me it's not the same color as Kukulkan. See, when tribal information is put on it, it overrides the bullshit.
Are
So
Quetzalcoatl and Kukulkan the
Thunderbird,
same entity in a sense?
wrong.
Okay.
The Thunderbird isn't a serpent at all.
I see.
Somebody from Earth planet is on here. The Thunderbird isn't a serpent at all.
So the serpents are organic to Earth, but the Thunderbird isn't, or the other way around, something like that.
I think it's signaled out or something.
Okay.
You talking about red crane?
Yeah, his
But
signal
now
must went
I
out or
do
some
get the
shit. But
reference
yeah,
when
no.
he say I do get the reference when he say, "Oh, it's written by white
Hold
people
on. Let
or
me
pale
switch
face."
phones.
My
All right,
bad.
what you say?
Pale face. I said I get the
Oh shit,
reference
I'm about
when
to
he
drop.
say the PDFs and the books are written by pale faces, and that's understandable. But there also are scholars out here that did that went to Egypt and they really did that work. And once you look at their work compared to people like Faulkner or James P. Allen or any other so-called transliterators of certain ancient texts, like my book right now, I got James Faulkner's uh, ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, and when you open it up, like, bro, he literally has mistransliterations in there to where, or he don't know the transliteration. It might have like a psalm in there or a hymn in there that or a spell in there that have a dedication to a certain god, but they don't know that certain god name, so they just put it in.
Right.
Whereas that's because they don't know the full transliteration of those glyphs.
You said N, like EN type shit?
No, no, like they put an N, like the actual letter N,
Oh,
because
the
they
letter
don't know.
N.
Yeah, just
Okay.
because they don't know the transliteration of that glyph that is originally in that scroll.
Facts. I'm back.
So
Type thing.
because
Facts.
they don't know those transliterations, they 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 do mislead the people. I'm not gonna lie. I kid you not. I have the book. It's transliterated in English, but bro, I'm not lying when I say I don't even look at the English because I can understand the glyphs.
Nigga actually know the glyphs. Facts. And matter of fact, watch this. Cause you don't remember 20 fucking 17 I was translating the Per M Heru in fucking Nubic.
Yeah,
So
I
niggas like,
remember that.
oh, nah, Nubi ain't no real language. And I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm over here talking to bitches in Sudan that
Mm,
has papyri with the glyphs on it, teaching me this shit. But a
bro.
nigga got the nerve to say it ain't been translated. Or this translation is wrong. So I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give y'all two. Look up Mark Vigus. Vigus is spelled Vygus. That's the biggest hieroglyphic dictionary. It's 1,000 pages. I had it since 20 fucking 15.
You
You
said
can look it
Mark
up. You can
Vigus?
find it. Mark Vigus. And
VYGUS?
anytime you use it,
Uh,
shoot it to me. Shoot that reference because
uh,
he's one of the first that when I say, bro, shalom is an Egyptian word meaning peace or greetings to you. They say, no, it's not. You
so
find
these
it
niggas
text.
usurped that word. Wow.
Say what?
These niggas usurped that word.
Right.
Bro, can I
But
tell you something crazy? All right, so my mom family from the Pacific Islands, right? Like what's now so-called Philippines, Hawaii, but more the Philippines. So anyway, bro, one of the old deities, right? This fucked me up, you heard? One of the old deities, like you know the father deity, like that type of joint, was motherfucking called Abba. right? And I'm sure you already know Abba is Hebrew for dad, for pops, father. Was you able to hear
When
what
we
I
at this,
said?
let me explain. I want to explain this, right? I want to
Yeah,
explain this. When cultures come together, like I was explaining on live, you have what's created a trade jargon, or you have them taking on loan words, right? In ancient forms of words were short and then they built up, right? So you could say
right.
father, bitches say like you say Abba, right? But somebody
Mm-hmm.
would say Baba, somebody would say Dada, somebody would say Fa, da, somebody would say Papa. All of these are fucking. It's called a dialect continuum. Now, in that dialect continuum, you do have breaks and isolates. So somebody 50,000 miles from you can come up and use that same word while you using it, but y'all languages are two different isolated languages. Now, when your
Right.
languages come in contact with other people, they can start saying, wait, that sounds familiar to me. Somebody that knows both languages will say, wait, nah, those words one and the same, they cognate. Well, the languages must be the same. Now, the language not the same, but they definitely share cognates.
I see. That's deep.
Europeans would say, since they got one word in common, they must be the same word. It must be the same fucking language.
And that's they fuck up. That, like
Hey,
you
it's
That's
said,
what.
kind of
mission mash
This is
kind of
what
like
they
when
confused.
a
did with
child
Wale.
first
This is
start
why niggas
talking.
consider us to be Muskogee, because we use the
Yeah.
fucking word Miku. One word. Tell me I'm wrong, cuz. I got two other chiefs on here.
Miku and is Miko, right? Type thing. Same joint.
Different.
Oh, it is.
Miku is Miko can be a greeting, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Miku
Or
is
Maku.
someone that leads something, or Maku, right? That
Miku,
can
the
be a
real
greeting.
word for chief, like in y'all language,
Say
or
it
something
again.
like that.
Inchiki.
That's how you say chief in y'all language.
No, that's
Inchiki.
Muskogee.
That's Muscogee, I see.
So with us using that term in the 1500s, that's why they start calling us a Muskogean people, not knowing Tanakh. That has nothing to do with Muskogee.
What is the Guale language originally?
Say it again.
Hey, so like when you was talking about the cognitives, that's kind of like when a child first starts speaking, they say mama, papa,
Right.
baba. You know what I'm saying? So they learn it they feel it, right? So they speak it to you how they feel it. Usually, mama is synonymous with mother all around the board anywhere you go.
And my and
Facts.
water
So
synonymous.
Say that again,
Oh,
bro.
I said ma and water are synonymous.
mhm.
And
No
and
matter
damn
what the
in a
language.
lot of fucking
Nah, yeah.
cultures, bro. In a
Wow.
lot of cultures, ma and water, like
yeah.
mama water, right? Or
Yeah,
ma
my
or
yeah.
ma'at,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That deals with femininity. Now, when you ask, I had to replay that because I know I heard some of what you said. The Wale language was closer to a Kwe language. As far as full detail, there's not a complete diagraph or dictionary or grammar on the language, being that the only person that actually had our language document sent the document back to Spain, right? So what we do have is
Mm.
languages or people that we taught our language that
Mm-hmm.
spoke it in a different dialect. That's the dialect that the families speak today. So it's more of a mixed dialect between us and a cousin that come from the Caribbean, right? So
Type
that's how
thing.
we able to basically branch out or bring our language back together. So
Y'all are
that's how that
related.
go right now.
Okay. Y'all related to the Kusabo Chikora at all?
Mm-hmm.
Type thing, right? And all the other the tribes we were talking about as well, like the Stono Westo, have a
Not see,
relation
and
they
that's what I
all
was
of some
explaining to you
sort.
yesterday, right? When you
Mm-hmm.
did the highlight, now I can
Yeah.
say it in the physical. The
Yeah.
fact that you didn't highlight the original or indigenous terms from Wale, it means something to us
Right.
because you didn't recognize indigenous forms of Wale from Hoga Ugi, Hoga Ligi, Tahokwalewi, any term that was used before Westo, because what you were familiar with was Westo. You get what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
that type shit. The
Yeah,
issue
right.
is
I
the
ain't really know
Westo,
those other terms like that. That's why.
and the
To be
reason I'm
fair.
gonna tell you why. Nobody's taking the time to learn these languages or to learn what people call themselves. You put your name on here as Benji. If I said his name is Ryan, and now 300 years later they calling your descendants fucking Ryan, and now your
Yeah, that's
descendants
all
are saying they're Ryan, that's not who they are for real.
type shit.
Everything about you changed. So with the Westo took things from other people, and then the Europeans said, "Oh, they must be Yuchi," not knowing the
Mm,
Westo and the Yuchi hated each other, not
okay.
knowing the Wale and the Westo hate each other.
Yeah.
We don't like each other. We never did.
So how about the term Geechee?
Talk to me. What about it?
It's just a very deep term because like I don't know where to start, bro. Because you got right, like you got Gullah Geechee, you got these Europeans etymologies that say Uchi. I mean, yeah, Geechee means something about connected to Uchi or derived from Uchi, even right. Then what else? It's like you have different things named Geechee. You know the Ogeechee River and all that, right? Of course, and and then some of the federally recognized or however you want to put it, the ones that's like they motherfucking because bro I have a Geechee girl that done blocked me. I'm not gonna hold you to be straight up because like I told her I wrote to him like yo y'all not all African like y'all like a lot of y'all was already here for sure like
Hey,
for
hey,
sure
hey, hey, bro. I mean to cut you off, right?
nah
But
go
you
ahead
can't tell them that. You can't tell them that. You can't tell them they're African. You can't tell them that. That's something you. That's an uphill battle you gonna have to fight.
Tell them
You can't
again.
tell them. You can't
No,
tell them
no.
that.
What I said
I just
specifically
letting
was
you
what
know.
not
And if
all
you
brought
listening,
on
if you listening,
ships from Africa. But my phone, go ahead.
yeah. If no, you right. But if you listening, I get you. I know if you catch on yet.
So
But yeah,
like
you
you on
can't
the
tell them
phone
that.
with one of our cousins that's still out there on the islands. You could hear it in his dialect, right? So
Type
the
thing.
real Geechee come from Yupa, right? The
Mm-hmm.
problem that the Europeans have is they gonna translate it the way that they want to translate it. So the Uchis, they start calling them
Right.
Geechee.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The Yuchi, they start calling them Yuchi. Yuchi is fucking Spanish. But
Mm-hmm.
Yuchi in our language means something else, is what I told you. You ain't want to
Yeah.
believe me,
Right.
so you
No.
try to
No.
go
Yeah.
to another definition.
Mm-hmm.
When you put those definitions together, what they ask you? Do they mean the same? The
Right.
answer would be what? The answer would be nah, shit, they don't mean the same. So what the fuck is a Yuchi? That's tribal information. A tribe telling you the Yuchi come out of my people, but we start calling them Yuchi, and it means to be ashamed. That's a negative connotation. So I'm gonna go ask the Yuchi, and you go ask the Yuchi, and they say, "Well, our real name is Zoya." So damn, why don't y'all call yourself the children of the sun? Instead, y'all call yourself the shame ones. This is the
Mm.
question that should have been asked. That's how you
Right.
build. You take it, build
Type
on it.
thing.
Okay,
Facts.
bro
Yeah.
said this. I ain't gonna say, damn, that's negative. I'm gonna say, you know what? Let me actually go study to see what the fuck is going on. Now you find out, right? The people you was talking about, the enrolled Yuchi, they don't know shit about the Ogeechee, do they?
My
So are they really
goodness.
from down here?
That's
Are they
crazy, bro.
really Yuchi? What are they? This is the bill.
Right.
Then
Right.
why I say you got to be the student before you go to teaching it. Because when you go to teaching it and say, wait, the Yuchi, the oldest people in the South, and then the bitch asks you, well, what does Yuchi mean? You come to a standstill. Because now you got to go to the children of the sun. So who really are
Right.
the children of the sun? What did they do? What was their language? Where did they live? What towns did they reside in? Why do we find them in Tennessee, Ohio, Mississippi, or fucking Alabama? All of this shit before the Mississippian era. You post about the Mississippian era a lot. not knowing the people you posting about are the ones that shut down our shit. Even if that's your people, what I'm saying is the credit that's being given to these people,
Wow.
right,
I'm
is
not
for
gonna hold
some
you, bro. I'm
shit they
learning a
had
lot from you, man.
nothing to do with. So like
Right.
Cahokia, right? When we talk about Cahokia and you study the story of the Lenape, what the Lenape say? Oh shit. When we got to the Mississippi, the Teligui had the east. The Wale had the east. So
The
who are
Teligui,
all
Aligui, right.
who are
Allegheny
facts?
type.
And why
Yes,
was
sir.
the Appalachian? Why were the Appalachian Mountains called the Allegheny Mountains
Mm,
before they were changed?
wow. I kind of forgot about that one. Wow.
You know about that. You seen the map. I know you seen the
No,
map.
right,
You in the
right.
north.
But I kind of forgot it was all. So all that shit was called from Alabama, so called now, to Canada.
From the Mississippi to the Great Pond.
Wow.
If
That was all
anybody being honest
Allegheny.
with themselves, they know
Hmm.
what's up.
Yes, sir. Right. Wow. You know what
So
it is,
with
bro?
the
Can I be honest
energy,
with you?
go talk to me, Carl. Talk to me.
I got lost in mainstream sources because I done looked at many, and I don't know, because that, you know what I'm saying, they jacked that motherfucking all these southern tribes, and even like they jacked that everybody come from the Mississippians.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
understandable.
And I kind of fell for it.
Hmm.
Like I didn't know better.
Hmm.
I'll be real with y'all. You feel
You're
me?
not the only one. You're not the only
I'm here
one.
because I got man family down south. I be down south like a few
Hmm.
months a year, right? Like I'm down south right now, North Carolina. I just came from Louisiana last month. No, a few weeks ago. But like, and a lot of my family's in Georgia too, but more in like the country. I'm sure y'all know like Augusta, and then going more in like Louisville, Rennes, and all that. But anyway, yeah, like I really was thinking here that like all these tribes and people in the South come from the Mississippians, but that I was mistaken. You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
tell you
saying?
why. See, my mama in the background. One of
Mm-hmm.
my mothers in the background. She said she understand why. I'm gonna tell you why. Europeans had something to do with the Mississippian era.
How so?
Hmm.
They built mounds.
But the Mississippi wasn't the only one to build the mounds, right?
Of course not. This is what I'm
Right.
telling you. This is why the Europeans big up the Mississippian era because they assisted in it. So with what was
Wow.
going on, they said that what was being built couldn't have come from the people that was over here. They had to have come from somebody else. So their infatuation with it was that damn. You know the Mayans actually was in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Oklahoma, fucking Ohio, all of these places. Yeah, the Mayans was there. So these must be Mayans. This means that mound building started with the Mississippian era. This is why that era is so important to them. Because it
Hmm.
bigs up, it's a part of their religion. Oh, the Indians built pyramids. They must be the Jews. The Indians wear fringes. They must be the Jews. The Indians wear hats or headdresses like the Moors. They must be Moors. The Indians built pyramids. They must be Egyptians. Cracker
Wow.
shit.
Hmm.
Cracker shit.
Tell you right.
Cracker shit.
Everything the same.
You can't find a
Everybody the
tribal
Wow.
same.
person that'll tell you that, oh yeah, we the Jews. Oh nah, we the Moors. You know why we don't say that shit? Because we watched all those different people come in.
Type thing,
But
right?
Europeans not knowing our culture could only equate it with the shit that they knew. Lookology.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, these niggas got on feathers. The Zulu wear feathers. Hey, these niggas are not unlike the Ethiopians. What the fuck does not unlike mean?
My goodness,
The
right.
fuck is Cracker just
Wow.
say? Not
Type
unlike.
joint.
Fuck.
Oh shit, man.
You feel me? So we
Facts.
understand that people that look like Africans were here. People that look like Moors were here. People that look like Mayans were here. But that don't mean we was one and the same. Our shit predate the Mayans. Period. It predate the Olmec. period. And when
Aztecs
they
as well,
came
right?
over here, it was shit already built. All they did was added their science to it.
Wow.
This is how you get Cahokia.
So what is the who did all the Americans, organic Americans come from then, really?
There's no one stock of people. All birds don't come from the same place or from the same
Right.
bird. So there are so
Mm-mm.
many different people here that were classified as African and even Europeans. You think about the Duhar. The Duhar, they spoke a dialect of Nordic. They were so-called Scandinavians. And they mixed in with a pale-skinned people that was already here. And they became known as the moon-eyed Negroes or the
Oh, I
Westro.
heard of them. Where
The
was this at
Westro.
again?
The
Oh wow.
Westro.
Wow. That's crazy.
Niggas with white daddies that were albino and couldn't come out in the sun. Why you think they call them fucking
Mm.
cave dwellers?
Right. Wow. That's crazy, man.
And not
So
only
we
that, they used to
know.
cipher
Go ahead, Ma.
the albino. They used to cipher the albino's DNA and their energy. Back in, I got to take it a little further than
Nah, go ahead, Ma.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
that. When it comes to, how people say the indigenous and who was here first, who was here second, who was here. That shit don't matter. It's a deeper issue than that. It goes way
Facts.
further than that. It goes to our species.
Facts. Like
It
what
goes back
form
to
of
Adam. It
Negroid
goes
you
back
even
to
come from? Because there's so many even types of Negroids, right? Or what they
Right.
consider Negroids in science. And
So
these
cool.
same
Yeah.
crackers who will tell you everybody come from one African to tell you what the continent of Africa got the most vast, right? The most various or varieties of DNA of genetic mutations. So even on that land, with all of those people, the majority of them not even related to each other. Matter of
hmm
fact, I'll give you
That's
this:
crazy.
the Mendinga not even
Yeah.
in no
fucking
way, shape, or
Africans; those the
form.
Sumerians.
Hmm
The Mendinga, come on, man. Do you the
Man,
Igbo,
talk, boy.
the
Talk, boy.
I ain't
Igbo?
gonna lie.
Those
I
are
was,
the real
Wow.
Jews. The
and yeah,
Tutsi,
and
the
can I just put this
Tutsi.
out there
Go
about
ahead,
the
Ma.
Jews
Talk to me.
real quick? Can I just put this out there? This is just a fun fact right here. This
Yes,
is just
ma'am.
a fun fact. When it comes to the Jews, the Christmas songs that we sing, Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, and all that kind of stuff. This is just a fun fact.
Uh-huh.
Do you know they were written by Jewish people?
Facts.
They were written by Jewish people,
But
but
Right.
they was
they
owning the
changed their
niggas.
names.
Facts. Facts. These
It-
crap. Listen, the Jews when they came over here, they was the ones owning the niggas. This is
Wait, say that again. There was no ones. What?
they owned the niggas. They had the
Oh,
money. They
right.
had the boats.
Yeah.
So when they came over here and was owning niggas and was creating the like she say the jingle bells, putting all that shit on niggas,
Uh-huh.
that was their way to enjoy the enslavement of indigenous people. So when they were writing they shit, bro, they definitely made sure that they could leave Hebraic writings here to give credence to their ancestors.
and
So
to
the
make
niggas
sure that
that's
we
talking
did
about,
not.
it's like the dudes that's talking about America is Egypt. Only
Uh,
people they're getting this information from is who?
right.
Crackers or niggas that study the crackers.
Have you seen that old Florida map depiction where it say like it show Florida that it's a lot of the South, like a good portion of the mainland, so-called U.S., especially in the South now, and it say that Tameri thing.
Do you
What?
let me ask you this. That map, do you know what language that map written in?
No, sir, I don't. To be honest.
That's gonna be the key to understanding what that map actually say. Cause
Mm.
the dude Earth
Wow.
Speaks wanted to debate me about that map. And we did a preliminary. He told me to make a video. My shit got
Mm-hmm.
8K views. I opened up with the map. The map says it looked like it says Thai Americans, right?
Right. Right.
The map is written in Dutch. Nobody said anything about
Wow.
the apostrophe that's between the T and the A, do they?
Uh.
No. And I'm gonna tell you
Wow.
why they don't. Because that T and the apostrophe That apostrophe is what you call a contraction, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
have can't, you would have het. Het means the. It's literally the HET. In English, you would say THE. It's literally the Americas. But since it's Dutch, they put T apostrophe het Americans. The
Right.
Americans.
Right.
So it didn't
Wow.
say Timerica because even the word Timeri doesn't say Timeri. If they read the glyphs, it only says Mary. You don't pronounce
Yeah,
the
man.
top. It's a determinative letting you know the beloved that I'm speaking about is
These
a
Dutch
type
niggas
of
is slick,
land.
bro. Like for real, man.
Say it
Cause
again.
these Dutch niggas is slick, bro. Like, cause they were behind so much, especially in the northeast.
But here's the
Like,
thing, too.
wow.
That map was produced before the hieroglyphs were deciphered. So, what information did the Dutch have about the Egyptian language that the world didn't have at that time? That's another great question to ask. Because I can tell you when the map was written, and I can tell you when the hieroglyphs were translated. They lived 270 years apart.
So did you know the ancient Egyptian culture, right? Is it true that that derives from the older shit here?
No, their culture comes from Nubia and Sumeria. Egypt is a baby.
There
Egypt
just
literally
happened
was
to be
birthed. Well,
there just happened to be like some connections, right?
no,
Or relations in the stories or something like that.
no, nope.
Cause like
Is
Egypt
there a
you
wanted
know
to
about the
match.
restraint? And this,
Birdman
Egypt
here,
people
right?
Hey, I'm
wanted
over
to
here
match.
on mute
Go
saying
ahead,
nope,
cuz.
You
nope.
know,
I
so
said
like
I'm over.
for example, like you have the Birdman here, you know, like the down south, and then like the Aztec eagle, that type of shit. People
no,
relate
I
that
think.
to like Heru, Horus,
All
that
right, man.
type of joint.
So watch this, right? And
Yeah.
this is where we come in at.
Hmm.
Is the eagle and the Lanier Falcon the same animal?
No, sir.
That's the answer. See, and that's the issue that these guys on the internet have is they 30% of American niggas got European Y chromosomes. This is why these niggas teach the shit that they granddaddies used to teach. It looked the same, so it must be the same. They
Hmm.
have a crocodile deity. We got a crocodile. Ain't it crocs in both lands? Of course. They got a bird
Mhm.
god. We got a bird god. Don't both lands got birds? They got a
Right.
turtle god. We got a turtle god. Don't the lands got turtles? So
Type
they'll say,
shit.
well, since ours appears to be older than Egypt, then this must be the real Egypt, and Egypt must have got it from here. But that idea didn't start with niggas. It came from Augustus Lee Plungin.
Augustus who?
So, okay. Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx is where all this comes from.
Wow.
So,
So,
now go ahead, Mom. Talk to me.
what I was going to say is the only relation that I can find between the Americas, the U.S., and Egypt is import export trade.
That's
That's
it.
it.
We traded with the Egyptians. That's it. We
Type
didn't
thing.
go over
Right.
there and build the pyramids. They didn't come over here and build shit. It's
Mm,
like Red Friends
mm-mm.
say, the Grand Canyon was a storage place for their shit. They got
Storage.
some of our shit over there,
Oh,
but
the,
we
the the
didn't.
ISIS temple there or some shit. That
Mm,
many have
Nah,
posted
mm.
nah,
about type
nah,
thing.
nah, 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 nah.
You know what I'm talking
Listen,
about?
that was named. What's the guy name? Somebody in the chat know it. I can't remember, but it's somebody. It's a genealogist that named all that shit. That's not what it was called. But there are
Mm,
They got that
certain
chicken thing.
places there that certain artifacts were hidden for protection, right?
right.
The
Yeah.
same with these mounds. So in these mounds, you have certain artifacts that were hidden for protection. The temple of Isis, temple of Ra, the temple of Krishna. All of that shit was created by a Caucasian that wanted to name places in the Grand Canyon. It got shit to do with indigenous culture. So you can, matter of fact, go
Right,
Google right
right,
now. You can get off the screen, Google who named the places in the Grand Canyon. His name will come up. It's going to take you to a Caucasian. When the people that
right.
actually live in the Grand Canyon have a name for it, right? And for all of those places too, crazy as shit. But with Egypt, our cousins over there was much, much, much trade, right? Um,
Mm.
that we can say, but we're not gonna say that America is Egypt, and we're not gonna say that we went over there and taught them. We're not gonna do that
Okay,
because
bet.
we
Absolutely.
know
Right.
that
Copy.
they
Mhm.
literally say that their culture came from the south. It came from Nubia,
Bro, let me
and if
ask you.
anybody know,
Uh-huh.
say it again.
You heard of Curry Mayo?
Facts,
Mm.
facts.
What?
Me and bro definitely had a few conversations. Talk to me.
So as far as I'm not gonna hold you, I've watched a man of his shit for like a couple years now. How like what would you say in regards to how to best decipher his stuff?
Remove the religion.
Okay. Right.
Period. Yeah.
Cause I bet you seen his video. It's straight up. The title of it, bro, is Negroid Americans are the progenitors of the ancient Egyptians or some shit like that. That's straight up the
Right.
title of one
Right,
of his vids.
Mm-mm.
You
right.
know what I'm
Mm-mm.
talking about?
Facts.
Right. So like that's kind of misleading in a sense, respectfully, because that's implying that we taught or civilized them, but that's not accurate to say, right?
It's not at all. But again, it's done for a sense of pride. American niggas don't have that.
Yes.
So to
Yes.
tell
They
the world we
absolutely.
taught the Egyptians make niggas
Yes.
feel like, hey, we got a sense of pride. They are
Yes.
their
Because
Uh,
they make it seem like it sounds good. It sounds
right.
good to the ear.
It sound good.
And and
So
if you're not
when
connected
you
to your
when you say,
soul and
okay, well,
spirit,
damn, my bad,
mhm.
mama.
mm. No.
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying when you can hear things that people say and recite,
Mm.
and I'm gonna tell you like this: if it don't feel good to your soul and spirit, don't go with it. Just like they say, women have intuition, men have intuition too. It goes a little further than that.
Facts.
I ain't gonna go there. However, it sounds good to the ear. It makes you feel a sense of pride, and that's
Right.
done intentionally.
So we more related to the Africans than some of these people that are sharing whatever receipts that we really indigenous to here, but we still have a deep relation to the African people, correct, or the so-called African people.
Facts. And some may have more
Absolutely.
European DNA than they have admixture with African DNA.
Some some
So you get what I'm
here,
saying? Like, people fuck, bro. When people get
right?
together,
No, that's a fact.
somebody gonna have
Hmm.
sex. You get what I'm
Right, type
saying,
joint,
bro?
right?
Somebody
Yeah,
gonna
true.
have sex.
Right,
So
right.
the deeper meaning is we are here, we are human, we are man. We come
Mhm.
from the ancient ones. We're trying to remember that ancient story, right? That's why we pick up on all the tribal names and try to figure all this shit out.
Right.
Those that don't want to do that say, well, shit, we the oldest. Well, you the oldest. Okay, well, you speak your language? Nah, the white man took it from me. What the fuck? Hold on. So y'all ain't got shit to do with your culture? You don't know nothing about your culture. Nah, but we taught the Egyptians. You know how to speak the hieroglyph? You know how to speak Suf? Excuse me? Nah, I can't speak Suf. Can you decipher these hieroglyphs? Nah, I can't decipher those glyphs. So how in the hell you know your ancestors brought this shit over here and you can't speak the trade language between these people? Shit deeper than that, bro. I'm telling you.
Type joint.
This is why I don't debate. Because if I get in the debate field and you tell me that the Americans taught the Egyptians and the Egyptians spoke this language, you should be able to speak that. That's your ancient language.
Right.
If you believe that and you teach that, you shouldn't be able to do that without a Caucasian. If you believe that and teach that, you should have a nation of people behind you that believe that and teach that. But ain't no nation of people believing that and teaching that. Oh, nah, because the white man, they in the tribes now, so uh but then the same niggas that teach this, what they go run to? They run right to the Bible to try to say America is Egypt. But the white man,
Yeah. Mhm.
you dealing with a nigga that taught this. I was teaching this in high school, bro. My mom's on the phone, bro. I was
Right.
teaching this
No
shit
facts.
2012, 2011. I was failing in high school teaching this shit.
Shit. No, that's dope.
Can I say this
I
real quick?
respect
Can I
that.
say this real quick?
Word.
Can I say this real quick? I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when we hear things, we may do, listen to lectures on YouTube, or if some on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and we haven't done the research on it. Don't waste your time. Do your research, because they will have you bamboozled. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? We
Mm-hmm.
as melanin people, indigenous, black, whatever you want to call us, Negroes, Afro, whatever it is, we have been bamboozled for years.
OD. OD.
You know how they say the saying, and I think me and Luke talked about this the other day. It was me and his mom. Um, put the literature in the book, because they know black people ain't gonna read it.
Yeah, the
Okay,
saying you want to hide
what
something from a nigga hiding the book, right? Well,
exactly?
thankfully,
But
some
that's
of
not
us
the
like
case
books now.
nowadays. Exactly, that's
Right.
not the case nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case nowadays. All will be revealed, and we have to really think about what our purpose is, and why are they hiding so much from the melanin indigenous people?
Mm.
What is it? It's something.
What it
Okay,
is this. Is if niggas stop teaching that America is Egypt bullshit and focus on their genealogy and get their clans together
genealogy.
and then
Yes,
start linking up with other tribes, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's the power. But as long
Yes,
as
sir.
niggas is
yes,
saying America is Egypt, these crackers sitting back laughing at niggas like, man, these niggas ancestors done been here over 200,000 years. And they
Yeah.
sitting there saying America is Egypt. We got these niggas, y'all. And what
Yo.
niggas are hiding behind is this is
Uh,
the age of Aquarius.
shit.
This the age of Aquarius. If you
Right.
what right? But if you study Egypt, here we go again. If since America's Egypt, if they studied Egypt, the age of Aquarius is who? Ptah.
right. And
Ptah
I
is
just
the
have a
opener.
question.
Wow.
Say what? I know you was gonna say it.
I just have a question,
Ptah
because
is the
I be
opener.
cracking up about this,
Now
right? I
we
be
talked
cracking up.
about Ptah. And
You
you
know,
remember we were just talking about how you were saying like you heard that Ptah and Inky, excuse me, Ptah and Inky are equivalent, right?
mhm,
Right.
What
yeah,
happened with
mhm.
do you know who Ptah brother is, Benji?
Was it Osiris?
Nah.
No.
Hmm.
Ptah's brother is the real progenitor to the indigenous Americans, Father
That's a
Bess.
good guess, though.
That's a great guess. That's definitely a
Mhm.
great guess. That's his uncle, but
Okay, bro.
his
What? Who was
Ptah
his brother?
Bess.
Oh, I heard of Bess. I heard of
Bess is
Bess.
the oldest deity ever.
The
Wow.
Panther God.
Facts.
Right.
Sometimes seen as the
So that's
baboon
the
because
OG
all right,
Panther God.
facts,
Bess.
facts.
That's OG to Tezcatlipoca.
All of them.
Wow.
He come from the water. Name a cat that don't come from the water.
Oh, you teaching me something new, nephew. Hold on.
OD.
Yeah, for real. I ain't afraid to say. I like to know. Hold on. What we talking about?
So what
Yes.
I'm saying is, if the
Okay.
opener of the ways is water, the age of Aquarius is water. Best is comes from the water. What was the war between Bess and Ptah about? It was about the information. Bess say we don't need
Oh,
to
okay.
teach
I didn't
those
get that.
people outside of the family. Ptah say they need it. We need to civilize the people. Bess say if you give them the
Mhm.
information, they're gonna turn it against us. potassium to give it to the people. This is what the age of Aquarius is about. Somebody literally came out the blue and gave you a whole bunch of information that they said was sealed documents, which is bullshit. They just gave you something to confuse you, to civilize you all over again. So Best did what? Best went to
Mm.
war. Best went to war. And when the Bestites won the war, where did they go? They say they moved to the west.
Wow.
So when they moved to the west, what did they start doing in the west? They start building in the west what they was building in the east. And then those that were building in the west, when shit went wrong in the west, where did they try to return back to? The east, from whence the sun came. But when they got back to the east, what do the Muskogee say? When we made it back to the east, it was a big ass pun because they thought Africa and America was still fucking connected. They've been in the west so fucking long.
Wow.
Okay,
Dagger.
so when it goes back to the age of Aquarius, okay, we all know age of Aquarius is okay. Pisces is and I got to take it there
Belief.
real quick.
Pisces
You
is
know that's
Pisces is knowing that I believe.
right,
That
exactly
was
the
the
belief
age of
system,
Pisces. People knew
and
that they were believing. Whether you was Christian, you knew you believed in Jesus.
hmm
You was Muslim,
hmm
you knew you believed this way. You were Satanist, you knew you believed this way. Now in the age of Aquarius, you're gonna believe that you know. These niggas is dangerous. These is the niggas that's gonna be, man, yeah, I worship Jesus. Not the whole time you worshiping Satan. Yeah, I
So,
worship Satan. Whole time your ass worshiping Buddha.
so
You don't know what the fuck is going on because these crackers
my
unmasked
God.
all these gods together and gave them back to you.
Yo.
So now you got niggas
Ay,
worshiping
ay,
the
ay.
Baphomet. Niggas worshiping the Baphomet. That's not your spiritual system. These
Mm.
same
so
niggas
so
worshiping the Baphomet won't wear a cross. Crazy shit. They done turned you into Satanists by changing the information. Crazy shit. Poof. Niggas don't even know
hmm
this
Psychological
is the age of
warfare.
Aquarius.
Yeah. Spiritual warfare type thing.
Luciferianism, sun worship, the worship of beauty, Luciferianism, the worship of money, Luciferianism. You're literally infatuated with the physical shit. Remember, grandma used to say,
okay.
oh, that's material stuff. That don't matter. Because grandma
Uh-huh,
knew she
Right.
believed. Now, yo, damn
So
nigga done broke my TV. Man, nigga, go work again and get another one. If he your dog, he gonna buy that. It's material shit. Don't fight your dog over the TV. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
okay,
this is what's
so
going on.
I have a question, but it's not for you, nephew. It's for Omi and Red Crane. Omi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I wanna know your take on that. Did you hear what we were talking about? Or Red Crane? Okay, no, go ahead, nephew. You can go ahead and continue. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
I think he dropped.
Who's
Oh
that?
yeah, I can hear
Taylor?
you.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, who
Oh
was that? Mine in the
no,
background sitting over here.
lip drop.
Oh, lip drop. Okay, so Omi, did you hear me? Are you there? And
Yes,
Red
ma'am.
Crane, are you there? Did you hear what we were just discussing?
I missed like the last 2 minutes. I had just come back when I heard you ask for my.
Oh no, 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 that's no problem. That's no problem. That's no problem at all. Cause we could get back to that. But Red Crane, are you there? Did you hear what we were talking about?
Red Crane dropped too.
I think
He dropped too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
why you
And
always
I
get to
actually
the good stuff when I'm trying to excuse.
I know, right?
I
I
mean,
know.
Y'all always get to the good stuff when I'm trying to put the babies to bed so I can really be in here.
Mont, put us up on game. Mont, are you there, Mont? Where are
yeah,
you?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I changed my name to the.
Okay,
Sure.
so now listen, this is what I wanted to ask you and Omi. Mont, now you just changed your name, but I was gonna ask you what the last name that you because you just did that.
Yeah, I just did that.
Okay, so what did the last one mean? What was the meaning of the last name that you had?
It was the same thing saying I'm lineage of deer clan, deer
Oh
people.
shoot. Hold on, y'all. Pardon me. I'm finna start dropping.
Okay.
Hold
So
up,
what I
hold up,
just
hold
did
up,
is
hold
I
up,
kept it
hold up,
to.
hold
Oh,
up,
God.
hold up. I'm finna
Okay,
drop those for the free bill so we can do the language.
okay,
All
and
right,
Omi,
yeah.
I wanted to ask you the same thing because I was trying to pronounce your name, and I was like, I want what does that mean?
Uh,
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
wait, am I
Yes.
So the name
Yo,
tripping?
I've been tuning in the whole time. Now I just been cutting hell. Some more done pulled up on me.
Okay, we got you. We got you, cuz. We
Everybody
got
But
bunching their
you.
kids
but
in,
Whatever,
bunching their
bro.
kids
My
in for
shit tripping,
school,
man.
man.
Mm-hmm. No,
What you
Omi,
say,
just remember
cuz?
I asked you the question about your name
Yeah.
because I was trying to pronounce it, Omi, and
is
I was like,
Saquahan.
say that
Can you
again.
hear
Too
me?
much going on.
oh, hold
Hold
on. Let
on
me
one
see if I
second. Let
can
me
fix
fix it.
Okay.
And y'all
Everywhere,
is
ain't it?
everywhere, ain't
Y'all
it?
everywhere
Y'all
with it.
everywhere with it.
We where we supposed to
Okay.
be right now. Okay. Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
still in the
so
city. You heard the
let me
dirt bikes
drop.
going by. My bad.
I
So
I hear it.
drop.
Yeah. I heard it. Yeah. So I'm asking
Um,
Omi a question about. I'm asking about her name right now.
Yeah, I had heard you. What I was saying is I'm about to drop those from the free bill. So Benji, thank you for coming through.
For
And
sure,
Yes.
bro.
tuning
Appreciate it, man.
in the free bill. You feel me? Like I say, do subscribe so you can tap in. To listen in is just $5. To listen in and build like you did monthly, $10. You do
Yes,
need
sir.
assistance with your genealogy and your medicine bag. Red Crane got you. That's the third
Copy.
Yeah.
tier.
I enjoyed
But
you,
we
Benji.
we
I did.
definitely
I enjoyed you.
go
Nah, I
ahead, Mo.
enjoyed all y'all too. Good looking out.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
Appreciate it
definitely
for sure.
appreciated you.
Word.
Definitely enjoyed your questionings.
Word,
Your
word.
questions. Because I know they gonna help you in your research, right? I wasn't
Most
even gonna
definitely.
drop this live, but I'm gonna end up running it live tomorrow. So cause I know it's gonna help a lot of others. So definitely thank you for coming through.
For sure, bro. Good looking out.
Mhm. Including Auntie C, because I learned some stuff tonight. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But Omi, don't hang up. Don't leave.
I'm here.
Okay, so what does your name mean? Because I was trying to, you and Lamont, I was trying to pronounce y'all names, and I was like, the lip knows. My nephew knows. Like I pronounce names, and this how I pronounce it. Look, it is what it is. It just occur at me. But I'm gonna pronounce this for you, okay? And just let me know if I have it right. It's Suquan Han. Su- Suquahan or Suquahan. It's no E
Saquahan.
and there's no I. So it's Suquahan.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's as if Suquahan. Okay,
Yeah.
no,
So
no.
It's
Okay, yes.
Algonquin.
Okay, okay. So
It's
what does that
Algonquin.
mean?
It means water and she that is poured out.
Okay, what's your zodiac sign?
Lord. Um, my chart is
I'm just
halfway
in.
split between Sagittarius and Scorpio, so I always just say I'm a Scorpitarius.
Okay, well, I don't know. Scorpitarius. I like that. I like that. I'm a Pisces, and I'm about to, I'm doing some stuff. So we'll reach out to each other. I just wanted to ask. I kind of sent something, but that's great. That's great. Yeah, I just wanted to ask. And Lamont, you told me what yours meant. Now you just